Hello, everybody. Today I am here with.
Theresia Zhang.
We are currently at the New York Academy of the Arts, and I'm so excited to be filming and to be interviewing Theresia in a beautiful space with lovely, vibrant artworks. So, could you tell me what your work is about? What's your story? Why the medieval or the knights?
Because I just love exotic West. I call my work reverse Chinoiserie because I am Chinese. I appreciate the other civilization from my Chinese civilization's view. And I like to incorporate all of this into an imaginative world, incorporating with story, beautiful elements, any effort to make the viewing experience pleasing.
In my practice, I heard of magic realism. Have you heard of magic realism, or I think it's close to surrealism, or just something out of the ordinary, but connected to reality?
Wait, magical realism.
Yes, something like that.
Also in literature, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's my main point. That's my main goal.
That's why I love your work.
Yeah,
I think so.
I read a lot of books, and especially literatures that has a little bit of unrealistic features in it.
Yeah.
That part is what makes the whole setup interesting. It's a liminal space between reality and that imperfection of reality will be a metaphor to reflect on what you think in real life. So that's why I'm obsessed with magical realism.
Nice. How long have you been in the United States, and has it affected your practice?
Yeah, I was here for high school. By coming to the United States, I have a chance to talk to more cultures than ever. So I was growing up in China and Europe, and the demographics are obviously not that diverse. Everybody's here, so I was able to get involved into more cultures. I've been to parties of different cultures and listen to their stories, and I'm just trying to recreate a imaginative space to incorporate what has fascinated me from other people's stories.
So during your time, because I think you're almost done with your master's, congratulations. During your time here, were you asked to talk about your culture, as a Asian person? Has that affected your work? Have you heard criticism about it?
People are questioning me if I have the ability to paint Asians, but I think it should serve my content. My content comes first, and it's not I don't paint Asians. My Asianness is lying between my composition, my color choices, the element I'm using, also for perspectives. So you won't see this kind of perspective. So it's not a single point perspective in any sense. I borrowed that from Chinese paintings, and it has not been so obvious because I don't want to make it too obvious. Everything is lying beneath my applications, and that's what makes myself.
Tell me how the school has improved your use of paints and brush strokes, and has anything changed? Is there an old work here to compare to your latest work?
I do have an old work. Let me see if I can find it.
Just take a look at this. What the heck? This is beautiful. This is your old work.
Yeah, this is my old work. This is supposed to be a farewell scene. I write stories by myself. I was writing the 1 and 2 stories since when I was in middle school. Because I was in illustration in undergrad, so that makes a lot of my paintings more like a concept design or something like that. So I would just try to put my characters in the environment. And also I just love Golden Age illustration, so you can see a lot of influences from that.
Yeah. Do you focus on positive things now, or a bit of both?
Both.
Okay.
I love emotions. I love undercurrent lies underneath terrains, and I like lasting emotions underlying of a quiet moment. Other places in the whole country that values technical skills, technical traditional trainings, as well as contemporary vision. I think most schools only focus on one or the other. So I got a lot of trainings here. Anatomy, all of the professors are so helpful by guiding me into the direction I want, but I still got a lot of at my early ages. Like, oh, this looks illustrative. I know what they mean, but I don't think this looks any more illustrative.
You can see
now.
this in a museum. This one, I have seen something specific in the Institute of Chicago.
Yes, that's my favorite museum.
Yeah, that's where I went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen exactly something similar. So like whatever they say, it doesn't matter to me. Your work gives me goosebumps. Like you just, when I came into your space, you just inspired me to start painting like more often. Your work is very magical, like something that I want to see in the museum, something that I want to get lost in and just to imagine like what is happening. So your work is very strong.
Thank you.
To me at least.
Usually it's like a literal sentence from literature or philosophy book or like any kind of words that inspired me, and or it's just like a single spark of idea like that just lies under like behind my brain. So usually the way I started is by sketching a lot, and actually like the way I paint it is pretty fast because I spend most of my time in my thinking process and also in my writing process and also my sketching process. So I will choose poses that inspire me because I do think even if for some of my paintings like that one, that pastel Icarus one, it doesn't have much figures in it, but I still make sure all of my characters are composed and every move of them like means something. So yeah, that's how I started.
And any plans now that you're almost done with your master's? Any plans outside the New York Academy of the Arts?
Rent a studio, do more work, and probably print more work, get a book of myself. And because like a lot of these stuffs are literature based, I would love to have a whole set of literature recommendations to everybody because I do feel like visual art attracts people into reading. That's how I started reading because I just love the illustration, Oliver Twist, and also the Hound of Baskerville. So that's how I started reading as a young kid, and I would love to carry this tradition on forever.
Any advice you would like to give to any future emerging artists watching this?
Okay, should I go there?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can go here. Any advice you would like to give to anyone watching?
Practice more. And don't get afraid that your work doesn't look good at the moment because it's gonna improve and it will eventually look better, and you won't even be noticed of that process because I practice a lot. That's how I was able to do that. So read more.
Yes, read more. Me personally, I need to read more. I don't really read more, but now that I see your work, reading helps a
reading
lot.
helps,
Really.
It's like reading is the easiest way to get into someone's mind because we are all artists. We look at paintings, we got inspired, we got moved, but there's like usually no way to express that in words. But as you read more, you will have like a better ability to explain what inspired you to yourself, and that's how I was able to produce by like starting with and just what I said, like starting with a sentence or what.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, how do you recommend someone start reading? For me, for instance.
Find what interests you. Like
Okay.
I'm just obsessed with the aesthetics of Victorian period, Victorian era, Weimar Republic aesthetics. So it's like a little bit modern, a little bit traditional, and that's how I started reading.
Nice. Thank you so much for letting me interview you. Hope you love this video once it's out. Like, subscribe, share, and stay creative. Yay! Bye. Okay.